Hello everyone, welcome to another lecture on XHTML and CSS. In this lecture I'm going to teach you how to use fonts and different font families. So first of all, let's open Notepad++ and let's open the contact.html where we have several paragraphs. And I'm going to show you with CSS how we can give different font families to these three paragraphs or whatever paragraph you want. So let's open the CSS file, which is in here, style.css. Here it is. And let's say I want to give a font family of Arial to the first paragraph, which is inside the div ID intro. So we just have to go to style.css, and in here let's give it a font family, and let's give it Arial. Now, sorry, semicolon. Let's save this. Let's run this in Chrome, which is the contact.html. Let's run it, and there it is. So we have the XHTML intro in Arial, and you can see a little bit the difference between this font family and this one here. I'm going to show you a little bit clearer how this works. Let's change also the font family of the paragraph, the second paragraph, which is with the background in yellow. So let's give it, it's called Overview. So let's go to Overview. Let's give it a font family. Let's give it, let's say, Helvetica. All these font families are very, very common and supported by basically all the browsers and all the operating systems. So these are very common font families and should work for all of you basically. So let's go here, refresh it, and there it is. It has changed, and it is very similar, the Helvetica to the Arial. So let's try change it again, and Times New Roman. Refresh, and there it is. Okay, so this is how you can give specific font families to each div or each section of your web page or website. You may also see sometimes that, for example, you have a font family Arial and then comma, and then you have Helvetica, comma, and then Times New Roman. Basically what this means is that the CSS will search for Arial font, or it will give an Arial font, but in case that Arial it's not supported by the browser, or Arial is not supported by the operating system, it will change to Helvetica. Okay, and if this happens as well to Helvetica, it will change to New Roman. Okay, so these are different alternatives in which the first one at the left, it's the priority. Okay guys, there's also the option of downloading specific fonts from the web, because those fonts are very, very special and unique and are not supported by your browser or by your operating system, which means that in order for you to see the font displayed in the browser, you need to download the font. I'm going to show you how to do that. There's a very cool website which is called The Font, and if you click there, you'll have amazing fonts to download and style every single text you want with these fonts in your website. Okay, so you can see we have several here, and let's go to comic, for example, and you have all these kinds of fonts that you can download. So I'm going to try one of these. Let me try this one here. So I'm going to click download, and all of these are free. So you can download these. Here it is, the zip file, and it has to be a .ttf file. So let me just grab this and put it here. Okay. Now what you have to do is right click with the mouse and install. Okay. Now it will install the font in your font family list in Windows. Okay. Now you are able to see this font in action in your website or in whatever browser. Now remember that for other users to see this font, let's say we create a website with this font, but the other users will not see the font because they don't have this installed on their computers. So you must alert them to install this font in order for them to see the font on the website. So let's try this, and we must use the name Kid from Hell, which is the name of the font family. So let's go to Notepad++, and in here let's put Kid from Hell. Save this, and now let's try and run it. Okay, there it is. It works perfectly. We don't see it very well because it's very tiny. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more size to the font. So let's type here font size. Let's say 25 pixel. Save it. Let's go here, refresh it, and there it is. Okay, so this is how you can use whatever font family you want and download a specific font family from the font and style your webpage as you wish. Now I'm going to talk to you about something else that you can use. Let's change this Kid from Hell to Arial. So line height, let's give it a line height here to the first paragraph. Line height is spaces between the lines of your paragraph. So if I type here 5 pixels of line height, let's check out the result. Here, refresh, and you see that it's all very confusing and not very, very presentable. So this is a very short line height. Let's give it a 15. Refresh. Okay, a lot better, but we still want more line height. So let's give it a 25. Refresh, and there it is. Okay, so basically we can control the space between each line of your paragraph or your text. Okay, and this is how we do it with the line height property in CSS. Now, I also wanted to talk to you about different kind of units to express length or space. And until now we just used the px for pixel, but there's also, for example, the em or the pt. Now, usually I use pixels because I'm used to it, but you might see a lot of websites and code where you see ems or PTs. Okay, now if you want to know a little bit more the difference between them or when to use each one of them, you can go to www.w3.org and style examples 007. Okay, you go to this URL, and here you have the official detailed manual of all the units you can use. Okay, here they are: EM, PX, PT, CM, and IN. So all of these, you can use all of these, and you can read this to better comprehend when to use them in each case. Okay, so for this lecture we are done, and I also hope that you guys practice a lot, and see you in the next lecture. Bye.